The case of Michael and Dee Dee Schaefer is a dramatic and tragic example of how personal betrayal and passion can lead to violence. This complex tale of lust, revenge, and murder unfolded in the early 2000s, leaving a trail of heartbreak and prompting widespread public and media interest. The story, filled with emotional intensity and moral ambiguity, explores the darker side of human nature and the devastating consequences of unchecked desires. The background: a troubled relationship. Michael Schaefer and his wife, Dee Dee Schaefer, were a couple whose marriage appeared stable on the surface. They lived in a quiet suburb, where they were known as a devoted pair with a seemingly normal life. Michael was a successful businessman, while Dee Dee was involved in community activities. However, beneath this veneer of suburban tranquility, their relationship was fraught with tension and dissatisfaction. The Schaefers' marital difficulties began to surface in the late 1990s. Michael had been unfaithful, engaging in extramarital affairs that caused significant strain in their relationship. Dee Dee, deeply hurt by her husband's betrayal, struggled with feelings of anger and betrayal. Despite attempts to reconcile and mend their marriage, the couple's problems persisted, creating a volatile environment that would ultimately lead to tragedy. The affair and its consequences. Michael's infidelity was not just a series of fleeting encounters, but a deeply rooted issue that contributed to the unraveling of his marriage. He began an affair with a woman named Jennifer Smith, which lasted for several years. The affair was characterized by a level of secrecy and deceit that exacerbated the strain on his relationship with Dee Dee. As the affair continued, Michael's dual life became increasingly difficult to manage, leading to heightened tension and emotional volatility at home. Dee Dee's knowledge of Michael's ongoing infidelity fueled her sense of betrayal and resentment. Despite attempts to confront Michael about his unfaithfulness, the couple's relationship deteriorated further. Dee Dee's emotional turmoil became evident to those around her, and she struggled with feelings of humiliation and anger. The situation reached a breaking point when Dee Dee discovered that Michael was planning to leave her for Jennifer Smith. The realization that her husband was abandoning her for another woman drove Dee Dee to a state of emotional despair. Feeling betrayed and humiliated, she began to contemplate extreme actions. The Schaefers' once stable life was now overshadowed by a deep-seated desire for revenge and a sense of betrayal that would ultimately lead to a horrific outcome. The crime. A sinister plot unfolds. On a cold winter evening in December 2003, the situation took a deadly turn. Dee Dee Schaefer, consumed by feelings of betrayal and rage, hatched a plan to exact revenge on both Michael and Jennifer. The plan was meticulously orchestrated and executed with chilling precision. Dee Dee's scheme involved luring Michael and Jennifer into a trap. She invited them to a secluded location under the pretense of discussing their relationship issues and potential reconciliation. However, her true intention was far more sinister. On the night of the planned confrontation, Dee Dee brought a weapon with her, a gun she had purchased specifically for this purpose. The confrontation escalated quickly. In a fit of rage, Dee Dee shot Michael and Jennifer, killing them both. The murder was both shocking and brutal, reflecting the depth of Dee Dee's emotional turmoil and the extent of her desire for revenge. The crime scene was a horrific tableau of violence and betrayal, leaving investigators and the public stunned by the brutality of the act. The aftermath. Arrest and trial. Following the murders, Dee Dee Schaefer was quickly apprehended by the authorities. Her arrest was highly publicized, and the case garnered significant media attention. The details of the crime, combined with the high-profile nature of the individuals involved, ensured that the case was widely covered in the news. During the trial, Dee Dee's defense team argued that she was driven to commit the murders due to severe emotional distress and a sense of overwhelming betrayal. They painted a picture of a woman pushed to the edge by her husband's unfaithfulness and the emotional devastation that followed. The defense argued that Dee Dee's actions were not premeditated, but rather a result of a moment of intense emotional breakdown. The prosecution, on the other hand, presented evidence that Dee Dee had planned the murders with a high degree of premeditation. They argued that her actions were not a spontaneous outburst of anger, but rather a calculated and deliberate act of revenge. The prosecution highlighted the meticulous planning and the use of a weapon as evidence of Dee Dee's intent to kill. The trial was a dramatic and emotional affair, with both sides presenting compelling arguments. Dee Dee Schaefer was ultimately convicted of double murder. The jury found that the severity and premeditation of her actions warranted a significant prison sentence, and Dee Dee was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Psychological and sociological implications. The case of Michael and Dee Dee Schaefer raises several important psychological and sociological questions. The extreme nature of Dee Dee's actions prompts an examination of the impact of emotional betrayal and personal trauma on mental health. The case illustrates how deep-seated feelings of anger and humiliation can drive individuals to commit violent acts, reflecting the darker aspects of human nature. Psychologically, Dee Dee's behavior can be understood as a manifestation of intense emotional distress and a desire for retribution. Her actions highlight the potential for personal grievances to escalate into violence when left unresolved. The case also underscores the importance of addressing emotional and psychological issues in relationships before they reach a breaking point. Sociologically, the case sheds light on the complexities of marital relationships and the impact of infidelity on individuals and families. It reflects broader societal issues related to trust, betrayal, and the consequences of personal conflicts. The case serves as a reminder of the need for open communication and emotional support in relationships to prevent such tragedies. Media coverage and cultural impact. The media coverage of the Michael and Dee Dee Schaefer case was extensive and sensationalized. The dramatic nature of the murders, combined with the high-profile individuals involved, ensured that the case received widespread attention. News outlets and television programs extensively covered the trial, highlighting the emotional drama and moral complexities of the case. The case has been featured in various forms of media, including documentaries and television shows that explore the psychological and emotional aspects of the crime. The sensational nature of the case has contributed to its enduring presence in popular culture, with discussions and analyses of the case continuing to capture public interest. The case of Michael and Dee Dee Schaefer is a tragic and complex story that underscores the devastating consequences of personal betrayal and emotional turmoil. Dee Dee Schaefer's actions, driven by a profound sense of anger and humiliation, resulted in a horrific double murder that shocked and captivated the public. The case highlights the intense emotional and psychological factors that can lead to violence and serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unresolved personal conflicts. The story of Michael and Dee Dee Schaefer is a poignant reminder of the destructive power of lust and revenge, and the importance of addressing emotional issues in relationships before they escalate into tragedy. That's it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.